In this video, I'm going to teach you how to become more magnetic without trying so hard. The truth is that the most magnetic people aren't necessarily chasing validation. They're not forcing themselves to be different, and they don't shrink themselves no matter where they are or who they're with. If you truly want to be magnetic, you have to develop a sense of security within yourself to ground yourself in your own energy. And so I'm going to teach you the following steps in order to do that and really feel confident in your presence and to actually radiate that confidence to other people as well. For the first step, it is really important that you get really comfortable with your own energy. And by getting comfortable with yourself, I mean that you have to own who you are at a very deep level. In order for you to get comfortable with your energy, though, you are going to have to start getting to know yourself. Because the same way that I'm not going to put you in the middle of the desert right now, and the same way that you're going to feel very uncomfortable if you find yourself there, you cannot be comfortable in your being, in your body, in yourself if you don't know who you are. You have to know all of the depth of you. You have to know your light and your darkness, your virtues, your skills, your flaws. But you really have to learn the person that you are, the values that you have, the things that you aspire to do with this life, your goals, your aspirations, all of the awesome things that make you you. You have to get to know yourself and spend time alone. And I say spend time alone because it's really difficult to just clear our mind if we're constantly hanging out with others. As long as we're hanging out with people constantly, it is very difficult to harness that inner knowing because you're going to have a lot of energies around you all the time, a lot of opinions and thoughts, and you're not going to be able to see, wait, what do I think about this? Who am I? What do I really believe about life and about myself? And so it's very important that you spend some time meditating, just being alone in silence, seeing what comes up, to journal and ask yourself important questions about who you are as a human being, who you are at the core, and questions that lead you to really understand all of the beautiful things and not so beautiful things that make you you. Because the only way to own yourself is to get to know yourself. Getting to know yourself really allows you to develop a sense of self-acceptance eventually. Because when you're able to see, okay, I am this spectrum of a person, and even though I wish I was here, I am here and there's nowhere else I can be, that makes you accept that this is the version of yourself that exists, that you cannot be in the past, you cannot be in the future, you can always only be here. And therefore, this version of yourself is the one that requires you to love yourself, to accept yourself, to know that you are fully worthy as you are right now. And from this place of self-acceptance, you allow yourself to express your energy without so much fear. Because I feel like the problem when we don't know ourselves, we try to imitate others. We try to imitate what we think is right, the right way to act, the right words to say. And we don't allow ourselves to actually be authentic. And authenticity is something that you feel. When someone is not authentic, you're always going to feel that. And so it's very important that you develop that authenticity because it is a skill that you develop through spending time alone, through self-development, through self-inquiry and self-acceptance. In order to get comfortable in your own energy, I'm also going to tell you to do things that you enjoy. Find out the things that you gravitate naturally to, because that will teach you a lot about your hobbies, your skills, the things that actually really matter to you. And in that space of expression, free expression with yourself, you're not being judged by others and you don't feel that pressure. And so you'll find out that you are actually pretty awesome. And I think giving yourself that space to see how awesome you can be really does give you that confidence to be like, wow, I'm actually a pretty cool person, you know? And that is where you want to get, to the place where you feel like you are cool. Because it doesn't matter what other people think of you. If you don't think well of yourself, you are never going to be magnetic no matter how you look on the outside. If you never accept who you are at your core, if you don't accept, like I said, all of the flaws, because that's mostly where we fail at accepting all of those negative things about us. And we just say like, okay, these are things that I got to work on. Of course, I don't want to be out there hurting myself or others, but this is something that is a symptom of something deeper that I carry inside, and I'm just going to work on it because I deserve this, because I love myself. Then you're not going to be able to feel comfortable in your own energy. Now that you have done some self-work, and obviously that was very quick, I have more information in some of my other videos of how you can do this. We are going to move into the second step, which is to develop your presence. A magnetic person is grounded in their own energy, and they're so grounded that they're not allowing their emotions and their thoughts to dictate them. Most people are always in their own minds, being led by their emotions and their thoughts, and that makes them very all over the place. And if a person is all over the place with themselves, they're not going to give others confidence. You really don't want to be with someone that is an emotional wreck. Even if they may need the help that they may need, it's going to make you uncomfortable because they're not controlling their energy. It is very uncontrolled. So you want to be able to ground your presence. When you are talking to someone, listen, just be there with them. Don't be inside your mind. Learn to be here and now. This is why meditation is so important, because it allows us to come back to the present moment. And if you are not in the present moment, you can't give a grounded presence to others. Presence is present, being present with others instead of talking so much and allowing yourself to just give out all of the things that are in your mind. Learn how to be poised. And the way that you learn how to be poised is to sit down with yourself, to really ground yourself daily. For me, meditation is really important because some days I could have a bad dream. My emotions could be a little messy that day. And if I don't sit down and see, hey, wait, who am I? What is it that matters to me? Where is my peace? Let me find that peace within me so that I may ground myself in my values, in my virtues, in my strengths. Then I feel like if I don't do that, I am going to be a little more on edge throughout the day, and I'm not going to be able to give my best self to others. So be intentional about the way that you show up. Be kind. Kindness is a great way to be magnetic, because when you are kind, when you're able to approach people, a lot of people are so afraid these days that just by looking at someone in the eye and saying, hey, hi, hello, like I'm a person too going through this experience, you convey confidence. You convey that magnetism that you seek. You convey a grounded energy. And so be confident enough to just salute people, to embrace them in your energy, to be loving, to be kind. And that is something that takes very little effort. I think we're all at the core kind beings, loving beings. I think we all crave peace. And just giving others our undivided attention, listening to understand, listening with compassion, being able to give our best self to someone really makes you strong as a person. The third advice I'm going to give you to have a magnetic energy is to express yourself freely. Give yourself permission to be yourself, to say, oh, I like this, instead of being like questioning if liking that is wrong. A lot of the times we are not confident in the things that we like. And even though we will love something, we're not confident enough to go out into the world without asking someone for validation to tell us if we're doing something right or wrong. Learn how to rely on yourself, on what you naturally gravitate to, because your self-expression, your authentic self-expression is magnetic. We are all craving to be free. We all want to be ourselves because we always feel like we're putting up a mask in society. And when you are able to be yourself freely, to not have any doubts or insecurities about who you are and what you like and what you're here to offer, people will feel that. The thing is that magnetic people are not trying to fit in. And it's not fitting in as in like you're trying to be an outcast, more like you are not trying to change yourself for others, because you have gone through these steps of self-acceptance, of self-knowledge, because you are vibrating at a high energy of self-love. And therefore, you know that you're awesome and you don't need to prove it to anyone else. Self-expression, free self-expression happens when you know that nothing really matters. Opinions don't matter. Opinions don't change who you are. And so you're free to be yourself. This is how trendsetters do it, because they are unapologetically themselves. It's not like trends are sometimes the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, but It's the people that own their energy that are able to set trends and even pull off these ridiculous things that we see because of how confident they feel in themselves, that you find yourself saying, hey, I want some of that too. Sometimes it's not even that they look that great, it's that they feel so good that you feel that, because we are energetic beings. We feel everything subtly, even if we don't acknowledge it. So remember that it's not about doing things right or wrong. Of course, have some common sense, have some mindfulness of others always, because, never be selfish in your self-expression either and think that you don't affect other people. But as long as you're being true to yourself, you're being authentic to what it is that you're attracted to, you will naturally be a grounded energy, a powerful energy, because you are radiating self-acceptance, self-love, self-confidence, and all of that is very magnetic because, like I said, people crave freedom, people crave to be themselves, and you are inspiring that to others, and people will naturally seek you because you have that and they want to learn it from you. I see that a lot of people are interested in being magnetic and having magnetic energy, and I want to remind you to come back to your why always, because we don't want to be magnetic for other people. We don't want to be validated by others. Being magnetic means that, like I said, you are grounded in yourself. Like if you want to be magnetic, is you want to accept yourself more, because you want to feel confident, because you want to move and talk and express yourself how you want to, then that is an awesome reason. But always question yourself if you are looking for external validation, because that motive will always leave you feeling empty inside. And the reason why I say that is because if you're trying to be magnetic because you don't like yourself, you're trying to change yourself, it will lead you down a rabbit hole that you don't want to go to, because you will create a new persona. You can create a new identity, someone that you don't even know, but you're always going to be there at your core. If you don't love yourself, if you don't accept yourself, you're inevitably always going to find yourself there, hidden in everything that you do, and you're always going to feel dissociated from who you really are. And even if people are able to like you and you're able to fool some people, you cannot fool yourself. So always question your motives, because you don't want to fall into the trap of your own ego and end up denying yourself to be validated by others because of what you think or who you think you should be. All in all, magnetism isn't about trying hard or trying to be someone else. It is about coming back to yourself, because if you come back to yourself, if you accept yourself, if you love yourself, you are going to be at a very high vibration. And we are always magnetizing no matter what we do, because we live in a vibrational universe. So our vibration, our energy is right now attracting who we are. And when you accept and love yourself, you are in a loving vibration and you're going to attract higher things to you. So it's not about changing who you are, but really uncovering who you are, really allowing yourself to be free, because you don't just want to be a magnet of everything and everyone. You don't want every single person to be attracted to you. Trust me. You don't want everything to be for you, because not everything is in alignment with us. You want to be in alignment with the right people, with the right circumstances, with the right things, with the right places. And the only way that you can do that you can attract a life that you love, is by being yourself fully, by accepting yourself and loving yourself and being yourself. So I know that was a little rant, but I think it needs to be said, because I don't want you to ever think that you're not good enough as you are. You are the only person that can attract all the beautiful things that you desire, because your desires are not the same as everyone else's. So that means that you have a blueprint inside of you that can attract to you the things that you want. So always ground yourself in your energy. Be yourself. Give yourself permission to be you. And life will naturally reflect everything that you are back to you. And because you're such a beautiful person, you're such an awesome person, life is going to give you everything that you want. I really hope that you were able to get something good out of this video. If you liked it, I encourage you to give it a like, to share it, to subscribe to my channel, because it does help a lot. And I appreciate your time and your presence. I thank you so much for being here, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.